This is what I'm trying to say.
The New
So we
Testament.
know there
okay.
ain't no mistakes.
First thing,
But we know there's no mistakes because
Well, even
the
that's a
oral
red herring.
because we know the oral tradition was passed down to the people.
First thing, the teachings of Christianity do not come out of the Gospels. Yeah, they come out later.
No.
Yeah, they do.
Teaching of Christianity came
Yeah.
before the
I'm not
gospel.
gonna do-
No, the teachings of no.
So when did God become a
make it
Trinity?
clear. So
When
I'm
did God
trying
become a
to be
Trinity?
calm.
When did the teaching of Trinity come?
One
Wait
at
a
a time,
minute,
Joe.
wait a minute. Slowly. The
I
teachings
don't want to
of
deflect that. I don't want to deflect that.
no, because you don't want to go there.
No, because I don't need to right now.
The teachings
I don't
of
need to right now.
Christianity.
I don't need to right now.
The teachings of Christianity
I don't need to
came
right now.
before
I
the
don't need to.
gospel.
George.
No,
Yorgos.
Because you go down the road, and when he
Yorgos.
doesn't like it, he reverses back.
No, what it is, I
Why
realise.
do you reverse back?
Shall I
Go
explain?
through.
Shall I explain? I'll explain. Because we was on a journey, and there was a side stop, yeah? And when we stopped there, you wanted to go onto the mountains, right? Well, I want to continue on this journey.
No.
So, yes.
No.
Because my question is a very simple question.
Go on.
Why do you, if the Gospel of Matthew contains historical error, yeah, is it still reliable?
That doesn't have. What do you mean by historical error?
Okay, he
I
writes.
told you,
he
not
writes
just
history
doctrinal
that
error.
didn't- Okay.
It doesn't have historical
If he
error.
writes history that didn't
And
happen,
even architectural
if
stuff.
he writes history that didn't happen, then what?
For instance,
There is no. If the Bible, anywhere in the Bible, writes history that did not happen, and you can prove that did not happen, then I will not be a Christian today.
So talk to me about King Herod and the census,
I don't know about King Herod and the census.
killing the babies and stuff.
Yeah, what about
Do
that?
you know about it?
Yeah, what about?
Do you believe that happened?
Right, one minute. Before you go on to that, you said now we're going on the road. How do I know the Bible's correct? How do I know if there's any errors?
I didn't say that.
Blah blah.
No.
Then you say, well, I'm going off on a side road. What is this? This is a side road.
Yorgos, listen.
No,
My first question was what?
you got to let me to ask you a question as well.
No, but no disrespect. But what you just said, because that's a nonsense, because I'll explain it to you.
What is a nonsense?
What you just said.
What?
Going off onto a side
There's
road.
no. All right.
What we're doing is this, right? First of all, we're digging into the New Testament. And then I alienated the Gospel of Matthew. And now we're drilling into Matthew. How is that a side road? We're going down.
All right, because you're going now, right? What you're doing, you want to start picking off on other things like Herod and other historical
No, I'll
stuff.
tell you what I'm going to do.
And all this.
I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. So you know it's not a surprise when it happens. All right? Yeah? I'm going to show you that your assumption that the authors of the Gospels were disciples, that Matthew was apparently a disciple of Jesus,
Yep.
the idea that they witnessed everything they wrote, yeah, and the idea that they were inspired by God have no foundation. I'm going to show you they're false assumptions.
You're entitled to your opinion, of course.
No, I'm going to show you.
Go on, then.
Right. So how do I do that? I have to look at the claims made, isn't it? So let's start with the first
But
one.
let me ask you something
Go on.
before you carry on. Thank you. So we can talk for about, give it a few minutes, but then you've got to allow me to ask you questions as well, yeah?
About what?
two-way street. Anything
About
you
the
want.
historicity, evidences and things like this, which I have a problem with the Quran, the Muslim faith.
No, that's a completely different
Agree
topic.
to the deal, Hamza. I agree.
I mean, that's not just a side road, that's another journey.
We never agreed we were going to talk about any kind of. We're just having a free,
No.
a free talking
No.
discussion.
What
we
happened?
never had an agenda.
No.
or criteria
Do you remember the
we were talking
trajectory?
about.
I'll tell you the trajectory. Right. Your initial claim was you love God. And to ignore God, you shouldn't ignore God. And because you believe Muhammad is a false prophet, that means you're not ignoring God because you don't believe it's a message from God. So I allowed that. So we part that up. Now you still claim you love God and you love God by following his message. The next question was, how do you know what his message is? We came to the New Testament. And the New Testament came to the Gospel of Matthew, and now we're testing the veracity of these Gospels.
And this is why
that's the topic.
I want to ask one question when you're ready
You can ask one question.
about this,
No problem.
about something like that. I really appreciate if you let me. But you
Okay.
finish and
Okay. So the idea is that
Now Herod, and you're just trying to prove to, sorry, I'm interrupting you. You want to prove to me there is a historical problem because Herod, and then you're going to go on to
no. Here's my claim: the author of Matthew fabricated history. Yeah. The author of Matthew.
Yeah.
Two things here. This is going to demonstrate a few
Matthew,
things.
yeah.
The author of Matthew definitely was not a disciple of Jesus. That's the first thing I'm going to demonstrate. The second thing I'm going to demonstrate, he falsifies history. And the third thing I'm going to demonstrate, it can't be the word of God. And then if it's not the word of God, and it's not eyewitness testimony, and it's not a disciple of Jesus, why do you care what Matthew says? That's the question, all right?
Okay.
Because you believe that it's the word of God, and that he was writing eyewitness testimony and all these things, and I don't know where you get this notion from. I'm going to verify
I
this.
did tell you
no,
why
no,
my
no.
mum's
You
a
told me. This is what you said to me, and it's on camera. You said the Eastern Orthodox Church took the Gospel of Matthew, spoke to eyewitnesses to verify it.
No.
That's what you said.
No,
Yes, you did.
no, never.
Yes,
not
you did.
listening.
All right. So
you
so
want
why?
me to clarify?
All right. So why did the Eastern Orthodox Church accept the Gospel of Matthew as authentic?
Because the Eastern Orthodox Church, the original Christians after the resurrection, they went in the houses, they were speaking and they were talking, and there was oral tradition. They could see what happened and they spoke. From there, Matthew put his gospel, inspired through God, and wrote down Matthew's gospel.
Within the apostolic
Do you
church.
accept?
Within the Apostolic Church, the Holy Catholic and Apostolic Church, not Roman Catholic Church, Holy Catholic and Apostolic
All
Church.
right. Do you accept?
No,
one
do you
thing?
understand that, please?
I don't.
What don't you understand about that?
So now I understand what you're saying. You're saying Matthew was part of the Eastern Orthodox Church, yeah?
Apostolic church.
Yes, the Apostolic
One
Church.
church.
Yeah. Is this a church in Jerusalem?
Yes.
One church.
So Matthew was part of this church.
Yeah.
Right. So that needs verifying first of all. And the second thing is,
We don't need verifying because it's
You made a
passed
claim.
down. Yeah, because it's passed down
the
through
So
the
what?
bishops.
So what?
There is a
like
line.
can be passed down.
There is. It's like just like you have in Isnad. Just like you got
I
Isnad.
like can be passed down.
One minute, just like you got Isnad.
Yeah.
And things are passed down. How you interpret
Lies can
correctly
be
the
passed
Quran.
down.
How you interpret the Quran
Do we
is
have-
passed
do we
down
have fabrica-
every
okay,
year.
listen.
From
Do we have
see, I'm
fabricated
talking,
hadith?
but he keeps
No,
interrupting me.
because what I'm saying to you is this:
Please
we have. Listen,
Why do
we
you keep
have
interrupting me?
because I'm trying to explain something to you. We have fabricated hadith, which are lies.
Are they slippers?
We have fabricated hadith, which are lies, which have been passed down, but they're lies.
Oh, they've been lying about the Quran, yeah?
No, we have. This is what I'm saying to you. We have fabricated hadith, which are lies.
Yeah. So you
Right,
have
right.
So you
Right.
have hadiths
Right.
that lie
So-
about the Quran.
so-
Answer me, yes or no? Do you have
No.
hadiths?
No,
I don't understand.
Okay, I'll explain to you. You seem to think because somebody passes something down over time, it must be true.
No.
Yes. You
No.
said. That was
It's
your
very
claim.
Like Isnad, they can check the families, they know the eyewitnesses, they speak to the
Where'd you get this
eyewitnesses,
information from?
and everyone
Where'd you get this
speaks,
information
and
from?
everyone has the oral tradition,
Who told-
and we
all right,
know
all right.
that it's passed down.
Who told you that happened?
Because it's passed down to the church, the Holy
No, no.
Catholic and Apostolic
No, no.
Church.
Who told you that they went into houses, they spoke to witnesses, and did all this stuff?
It's in the Bible, it's in the New Testament, and you've also
It's in the
got...
where?
Sorry?
It's in the New Testament.
Yeah.
The upper room.
That's in the Gospels, isn't it? Well, we're testing the veracity of the Gospels, though. You can't use them as your evidence, can you?
Let me, to make it easier
validate
for,
them.
to make it easier for you, may I ask you
No, but you
something?
accept that one principle first. Just because something is passed down over history doesn't make it true.
It does,
It does make it true.
because no doubt there was a lot of...
Are you
Wait,
saying a
wait,
lie
wait.
can't be passed down in history, but it's true?
No, what
2
I'm
minutes,
saying
man.
is a lie can be passed down.
No,
but
TNT.
it depends on the circumstance. Like the church, there was a lot of criticism, there was a lot of attacks on the church.
No, let's apply the
And there
principle.
was no claim.
No, let's apply the
There was
principle.
no claim. See, I go to answer you, but you
No,
keep
no, no,
interrupting
I'll tell you
me.
why.
You
I
keep
don't need you
interrupting
to go specific. I'm asking a principle here.
I'm-
Are you saying because something is passed down over history, that makes it true?
It depends.
Oh, it does depend now.
Yes.
Right. So, on what would make it depend? So, because I see what I'm saying here.
It
'Cause-
depends
listen,
on-
I'll explain to you. Because it's been passed down over history that Muhammad is the messenger of God. Well, you reject that.
Yes,
Right. So, therefore, just because something is passed down over history doesn't make it true, does it?
it does. Let me tell you why.
Well, it doesn't.
But let me tell you.
How
Like
can
the
it?
ch-
You can't do
like-
this
like
stuff,
the
man.
ch- Can I tell you?
You've got to be logical in this conversation, George.
Yep. I'll give you examples. For example,
No, you can't.
the church, you've got eyewitnesses. We have the eyewitnesses.
We have
there.
eyewitnesses of Muhammad.
Yes, but the eyewitness of Muhammad, like for example, the miracles or anything like this, were there eyewitnesses there?
Yeah, we're eyewitnesses, yes.
Like where, for example? Do you know where?
In the hadith, yes. Passed down
Forget
over
the hadith,
history.
we're talking about the
Passed
Quran.
down over history.
We're talking about Quran.
No, we're talking about hadith.
Well, I'm talking about the
Well, the
Quran.
Quran's got nothing to do with the life of Muhammad.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the Quran mentions Muhammad, doesn't it?
Nothing about his life.
Well, did it say that, for example, I'll give you one example. So we're going off a bit, but do you know in, is it the Dome of the Rock? Correct me if I'm wrong, yeah? Didn't he do a miracle? He went up
Yeah, he took him there.
the horse.
Right.
Was there eyewitnesses there? Was there eyewitnesses there?
No, but God told us that.
No, there was no eyewitness. But every miracle Jesus performed, there were eyewitnesses there. And it talks about the places and where and the archaeology there. And it's all proven to be
told you
true.
this?
It's all in the book.
Josephus.
Who told you? All these things are proven to be true.
Forget about Christians, independent,
Which independents?
independent Jewish historians.
Which
Alive
ones?
at the time.
Which ones?
Tacitus.
What did Josephus say? What did Josephus say?
Oh, you need to do your research. I'm not. He'll have a look, but I'm not going to book it. But this answers.
It's good you brought up Josephus, you know that. I'm going to use him.
Yeah, because anyway.
Could you bring him as a witness? I'm going to bring him as a witness.
Remember what I said though, yeah.
Babylonian Talmud.
You promised me I want to ask one question. This is on my chat.
No.
When you're ready, you'll let me ask one question.
When you reach your illogical stance and you're standing on a false assumption, irregardless, and expose your delusion, I don't mind. Yeah, then we can do it. It's no
So
problem.
that's a condescending language because you're assuming I'm delusional.
No, what's delusional mean?
All right,
What does delusional mean?
that I'm misguided.
No.
What does it mean then?
It
to
means
you?
believing something that's been proven not to be true.
Yeah,
and you still believe it's
assume
true.
that, right?
No. I said if. I said
As
if.
a Christian, you're not required to believe in the Quran. As a Muslim, he's required to believe in the Injil, in Torah, and the Zabur. So could you provide your evidence for any of those three?
When
they
you-
ever existed?
That's a reasonable
Any
question.
evidence? Give us any evidence
But see,
that they ever
but
existed.
before we
Let's turn the same
That's more
degree
pathetic
of
than your
ignorance.
original
nice?
question.
Can we be nice?
Let's see.
Let's be nice and
He
respectful.
hasn't got it.
Please, man, look.
No.
Can I,
No, let me continue on my route.
and then when you're ready, you'll let me ask you a question I want to ask. Yeah.
Right. So we're on the gospel of. So I'm
Matthew.
Right. I'm going to make my claim then. I'm going to.
Eyewitnesses
throw my nuts and
around,
bolts.
oral
I'm gonna
tradition
throw my nuts and bolts
around.
out.
No, eyewitnesses around, oral
Right,
tradition around.
Matthew.
1 minute. They're there.
Right.
They pass it down. This is what happened. Independent
Right.
witnesses, independent historians,
Right.
independent Jewish historians. They never said
Which Jewish historian?
Matthew didn't
Which
exist
Jewish historian?
and all these.
Which Jewish
Wait a
historian?
minute. Wait a minute.
Muslims in
Let
the
me
past
finish
said
what I
they
want to
believe
say.
in Matthew, but it's corrupted.
Let
They
me
actually
finish.
believe in Matthew. They've actually said they believe in the Gospels, but they're corrupted. Were they corrupted or uncorrupted? Before the
And, did they
Revelation?
and have
See,
you
yeah,
produced one?
You're meant to believe.
And why are you making the claim if you can't produce the original gospel?
Have you read the Quran?
Most of it, yeah.
What does it say about the Gospels? What does it say about the people in the book?
Why don't
in the
you
book?
tell me rather than asking?
No, because he's read it. He's read it. Tell me what the Quran says about the previous scriptures, and what happened to them. All
No,
right.
no, my question to you on this one, on this subject, what
do it
proof
your
would
way.
you want to know that it's true?
What's that?
What proof would
What
you
proof?
want that the book, say the Gospel of Matthew is reliable? What proof would you
Me?
want? Yeah.
This has nothing to do with me.
No, you're asking me a question.
No,
How
I'm
do I
asking-
know what proof?
I didn't ask you no.
I don't- no,
I didn't
you-
ask that. I said, why do you believe it?
No, you said to me,
not
how do you know
believe
it's reliable, yeah? How do you know Matthew, Gospel of Matthew is
no,
reliable?
no.
I'm asking you then, after 2,000 years, what kind of proof would you need to satisfy you that Matthew is reliable?
Matthew was never
okay,
disputed within the
okay.
church. Never disputed.
Don't
Right
tell
from
me,
its first
tell
time.
him.
I know that he doesn't
And the look of
want
his
to hear
face,
it.
him as well.
Okay. Understand.
I'm
one
enjoying
thing.
my tea.
Understand one thing.
No, answer my question, please.
I'm going to. Understand.
What's
one
my question?
You asked me what proof would I need to accept Matthew to be true. Okay. Prove the Quran is false.
No.
Yes.
All
That's
right.
your proof.
Well, we can.
But
And
no,
that's
no,
where-
no, no, no.
Nah.